Welcome back to the Swiss Chess Bot Bullet Tournament, Round 4, Part 3. We're entering the heart of the tournament, and the tension is rising. Each of these players comes in with solid performances so far, and today's matchups are packed with clashing philosophies, bold tactics, and slow-burning positional warfare. Let's break down these epic duels of chess history. All of these players are sitting in the middle of the table. The match may be the most explosive pairing of the round. Shirov versus Short. Both are on 1.5 points out of 3. Catchphrase for this match: no safety nets, only sparks. Alexei Shirov, a 1990s and early 2000s titan, is known for his uncompromising style and brilliant creativity. He plays chess like a sculptor with a blowtorch, refining and reshaping positions through sheer force and intuition. His games often feature razor-sharp tactics, unclear sacrifices, and breathtaking combinations. Facing him is Nigel Short, a leading figure in British chess from the 1980s and 1990s. Short is no stranger to sharp play. Just remember his legendary king walk against Timman. But while Shirov thrives in chaos, Short is more grounded in practical aggression. He looks for concrete ideas and direct attacks, especially on the king side, where he can unleash initiative with precision. In this match, expect early imbalances. If Shirov is white, we might see a wild Sicilian or a delayed pawn storm. If Short gets the initiative, we could witness a classic rook lift or a sacrifice to shatter the enemy king's defenses. But the difference may come down to how deep the tactics go. Shirov's ability to play accurately through unclear positions gives him an edge if the game becomes uncharted. Prediction: a thrilling tactical battle, but Shirov's calculation and flair should carry him through. That was an exciting match and ended in a draw. In the second match, we have Bird versus Seirawan. Both players are on 1.5 out of 3. Catchphrase for this match: old-school flair meets modern control. This is a duel across centuries. Henry Bird, a colorful figure from the 19th century, was one of the earliest true chess entertainers. His style: wild, risky, and often brilliant. Known for pioneering the offbeat Bird's opening, 1-f4, he loved breaking rules and springing surprises on his opponents. In contrast, Yasser Seirawan, a cerebral giant of the late 20th century, is calm, calculated, and classical. He embodies post-Fischer-era positional thinking, balanced openings, patient build-up, and deep strategic vision. Seirawan plays with harmony, always aware of long-term imbalances. What happens when an unpredictable romantic-era swashbuckler faces a rock-solid modern strategist? Well, Bird may open with something bizarre, maybe even 1-f4 or 1-c3, aiming to get Seirawan out of book early. But Seirawan's understanding of positional fundamentals makes him extremely hard to catch off guard. Expect Bird to generate early chaos, but the more the game progresses, the more likely Seirawan is to find strong structural responses and grind his way into a better position. Prediction: Bird brings the surprise, but Seirawan brings the substance. Seirawan should win by navigating through the fog and converting slowly. Coming out of the middle game, white is a piece up for a pawn, but white's pawns are terrible. Can black pawns storm their way to a win here? I think Black threw that game away. He had enough to win it, or in the very least pull out a draw. But let's not take anything away from White. He took his chances when they were presented. Well done. The third match is Steinitz versus Evans. Again, both players are sitting in the middle of the table, and both players are at 1.5 points. Catchphrase for this match: the father of strategy meets the spirit of swashbuckling. This matchup is more than a game, it's a clash of chess philosophies. Wilhelm Steinitz, the first official world champion, rewrote chess theory in the late 19th century. Before him, players believed in constant attack. Steinitz said, no, build up first, make small improvements, and only attack when it's justified. His positional ideas laid the foundation for modern strategy: pawn structure, weak squares, and defense before offense. Larry Evans, by contrast, represents a mid-20th century American style, fast-paced, aggressive, and driven by initiative. He loved the open board, tactical blows, and opportunities to launch an attack from dynamic positions. Evans also had a keen eye for imbalances and wasn't afraid to take risks to complicate. This match will likely see Evans pushing the tempo early, especially if he's playing something like the Evans Gambit. No joke, it's named after another Evans, but the spirit matches. Steinitz, meanwhile, will defend carefully and slowly build a positional stranglehold. Expect a game of tension, bold moves versus patient resistance. The question: can Evans break through before Steinitz tightens the noose? Prediction: Evans will look dangerous, but Steinitz defuses the aggression and outmaneuvers him in the endgame. Steinitz should win with textbook positional play. Black has managed to keep this game closed. White is looking for a way in. At this rate, one of them will run out of time before making any serious progress in the game. Evans seems to be more at risk in terms of time management. As predicted, Evans lost on time. This was a tight game. In the fourth match, we have Kamsky versus Petrosian. Catchphrase for this match: immovable object meets relentless grinder. This one might not feature flashy tactics, but it could be the deepest, most instructive game of the round. Gata Kamsky, a modern-era warrior who peaked in the 90s and returned in the 2010s, is one of the most resilient players in chess. His games are marked by deep calculation, tenacity, and a slow suffocation of his opponents. He doesn't mind defending, and he's incredibly tough to crack. Tigran Petrosian, world champion in the 1960s, was the ultimate master of prophylaxis, preventing threats before they even existed. He was known for seemingly passive moves that completely killed his opponent's plans. His defense was so good that even Tal, the magician himself, struggled to make a dent. This game will be a positional minefield. Both players will maneuver, reposition, probe, but not overcommit. Kamsky will be looking for the tiniest weaknesses, while Petrosian will shut doors before they open. Expect a slow-burning, strategic masterpiece. The kind of game where small decisions matter more than big tactics. Prediction. Too close to call. Both players are too solid to break. A draw is most likely, a high-level duel of precision and patience. What a win in the end. White broke through the center and destroyed black. A great ending to this part. That wraps up part 3 of round 4. With brilliant tactics, bold experiments, and strategic slugfests, these matches show just how diverse the world of chess can be across generations. Stay tuned for part 4, where more legends face off and the leaderboard continues to evolve. Don't forget to comment on your favorite matchup and hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the ride.